All right, everybody, we're going to get started. I just want to say welcome. This is our first Friday seminar for June, featuring Michael James, who is in the comments, going to be monitoring the chat, and myself, Jessica Powell. First things first, just wanted to say welcome. If at this time you will place all phones on mute during this webinar, and if you have any questions, once again, please use the chat feature. If time allows, we will have open questions at the end. If you have, once again, any questions, if we don't get to your question today, you are more than welcome to email them over here to the left at service@maestrowealth.com. So, once again, this is just our disclaimer. Securities are offered through Avantax Services, and fixed life insurance and annuity products are offered through Maestro Insurance Services. And you can reach us that. So, today we are going to be talking about statements. How do we read them? What do they have? What do they do? So the generally of statements 101, how do I read this thing? So the first question we always have to ask is, what is a financial statement? So the definition of a financial statement is a written record that conveys business activities and the financial performance of a company or individual. Now, there are three different ways of representing the financial state of a company or individual. In the picture, we kind of give like a general overview. We have income statements, balance sheet, and cash flows. We're not really talking about equity today. We will get to that in another webinar. So the three different ways of representing this, the first one, as I mentioned, was cash management. The question needs to be asked is can the company meet its obligations? The next is profitability. Are you making money, which is in the income statement? The third is assets versus liabilities. What is the value of the company or yourself, or who owns what, which is shown in the balance sheet? Each one of these questions is answered within your financial statement. So let's review those top three financial statements again. So in this chart, you see income statement, cash flow statement, and balance sheet. It looks like a very equal pie chart, which is great because that's what we want in a financial statement. We want those equal balances to show. So let's talk about one, the cash flow statements. This summarizes the amount of cash entering and leaving a company or entering and leaving your life. The next one is a balance sheet. This contains details of a company's assets or liabilities on a specific date. So once you get your Avantax statement, you will notice that it is only from one date to another, generally within a quarter. This is what a balance sheet does. It only shows your assets or liabilities on a specific date, and normally it's from the last date of that statement. The last thing is an income statement. This shows whether the company is making profit, revenue, or loss, expenses, for a given period of time. That goes for the quarter as well that you would see on your Avantax statements, or NFS. So when you add all three of these statements together, you get the understanding of your finances. So everything comes together into like a pie. You all want to make sure you have the full pie before you progress into your finances. So let's review an example of a Ameriprise statement. So here's an example. In an Ameriprise statement, you have up here at the top, let me get my little laser. You have up here at the top the Ameriprise financial statement. So the first thing that we're going to review is the values of your account. This is usually on the first page. It shows you beginning balance, net deposits, dividends, and your ending balance. So let's review that a little more. So the value of your investment accounts. So normally it breaks down to your beginning balance. This is the amount that you have placed into the account. This is your total value of securities held in an investment account at the beginning of the reporting period. Our next one is net deposits and withdrawals. Once again, a deposit is money being placed into your account, while a withdrawal is money being taken out. So this shows how much money in this month you've placed into the account and versus the year. Our next one that we're talking about is dividends, interest, and incomes. So dividends, or divvy, are what's given to shareholders. They are the amount that is giving. Normally it's a couple of cents on whatever stock you purchased. Interest is the cost to lend that money. It's the interest on the value of the money. And then, of course, income is the amount earned in the business. Lastly, a change in value. So this is an adjustment made of the price of the company's stock. It's just over a specific amount of time. So for example, for this one, this month, it's not a negative number, it's actually a positive number. It's 14,000 versus the negative, which was overall, it's 52,000. And then of course you have the ending value of this period. So the ending value is the value of an investment at the end of an investment period. So right, let's continue. What else is on a statement? So the next thing you'll notice is your asset allocations. This pie chart, because we love our pie charts, you'll see it right here. This pie chart right here shows how your investment are classified in your account. So for example, in this pie chart, it shows 6 different asset classes. And all this depends on the company, what you own, what investments are on the account, and any of your cash held in the account as well. So for this one in particular, it talks about cash, fixed incomes, equities, alternative investments, derivative investments, and some other assets in the account. And everything, once again, is divided up into a pie chart where certain percentages equal certain amounts, and that's 100% of it. These right here, other assets in an account could be mutual funds, there could be stocks, there could be bonds, there could be notes. There's just some of the examples that you will see in that pie chart, also showing on your Avantax statement as well. So let's continue. The next thing is you will see a line graph, this line chart. In the Avantax statement, there is only one line. There's not two as you would see on the Ameriprise, but it shows the value of your account as it goes up and down based on the amount that's in the account and the date that it was recorded. So once again, Avantax graphs do not have this bottom gray line. Some statements do. They want to show you the difference in it. So let's talk about it a little bit. So once again, the black line includes your market performance on a certain date. It also includes reinvested dividends, capital gain, and your earned interest. The gray line here shows the net contributions over the same time period, which is your deposits and withdrawals. So going back to the same statement, this is the available cash for withdrawal. You'll see this down here. Some statements offer that. The Avantax one mostly shows it in your cash and cash investments. Your client information. Avantax normally shows theirs, or NFS shows theirs at the top, up here at the top. It shows your name and it shows the address that it's supposed to go to if you have chosen to do mailing your statements out. You will also see your advisor information at the top and how to get a hold of your advisor. So let's go to the second page. The second page normally includes the recent deposits or recent withdrawals. Then you have a combined value of your investment and bank statements amount. So this is just everything that's been going on this month, whether you know all the plus and negatives, all of the dividends, interest, and income, and the change in value. Lastly, there is notes. Avantax does offer about 4 pages of notes and disclosure at the end, and they do have a contact if you need to contact, once again, your financial advisor or a client service representative at Maestro Wealth or Avantax. So this is just a summary of your account. So let's talk up here with the top part here. These are just the categories. This one's a personal investment account. And you have the retirement investment. This right here shows the different accounts. Once again, this is just a sample. In your Avantax one, it does not have these page numbers on it. So page number to find it, because as you can see here at the bottom, it says page 3 of 42. So some statements do offer this page number. Avantax statements do not. They go into little details about it. They tell you exactly what it's in and the way you can see different accounts on this statement and how it makes up everything. So for example, let's go to the next slide, how it's showing in details. So the details of your account, We've got your beginning balance of what it was in this certain. So this says bank deposits or it says insurance accounts. So this right here would be your beginning balance of what it was in that account. Any deposits, so anything you've taken out of the account, or sorry, anything you put in the account. Withdrawals or anything you take out. You have your dividends, interest, and income that have gone into the account, which once again is just 1 or 2 cents. Then, of course, you show the change in value about how it's gone from the beginning value to the end and what it's done. So for this particular life insurance, you deposited $114, but you withdrew $151. But so you had a change in value of $708 in total based on that life insurance. So now you're at $31,000. So additional details of the account is just the current statement period. Then let's take a quick look. So some statements have what we call a quick look. It's normally an I with a circle. These show accounts that have small details that show information about available cash, or if you're looking at an annuity or insurance, they show death benefit insurance, death benefit claim amount, the amount of the insurance. It's just little little I's that they do with the Advantech statements. You'll see that as well. And then of course you have what's called the quick looks. So some accounts have what we call quick looks. These include annuity statements. In the annuity statements, these quick looks are just accounts or services that don't really affect the overall balance of your account, but they are important for the big picture, such as riders. If you have a life income rider or a death benefit, they're great places. They'll show them at the end. All right, so where would you find your statements? That's the first question. If you don't get them in the mail, they are e-delivery. So what you would do is you would log into your Vantax, your eMoney. You would log into your eMoney account. Once again, if you have any issues or logging in, please look back at our other webinars where Michael has gone through and done eMoney and shown you how to log in and how to go through, just giving a general overview of eMoney. But for now, where do you find your statements? So you'll log into eMoney. We're using our test. We're using Frank and Joanna test. You go into eMoney and you would go and click your vault. It's up here at the top next to the Maestro Wealth logo. You'll click your vault and it'll pop up some folders. First folder you want to click on your brokerage account document folder. When you click on the brokerage account document folder, you will see your tax documents and your statements. We are looking for statements. When you click on statements, you will see that there are several different folders that have your accounts in them. For right now, we're just looking at Frank and Joanna Test and their joint account with rights to survivorship. So we're going to click on that folder. When you click on that folder, it'll give you several different dates. We want to look at year to date. Year to date is a lot more simple. It doesn't go into complete details with it. And that's what we want. We just want our recent statement is year to date. So when you click on that year to date, you will see your quarterly statement and your household statement. So you want to click on your quarterly statement to see how it is. All right, so one of the things that what questions that service gets is my partner or spouse can't see our joint account. Well, we can definitely help. The first step is to always give us a call at 336-448-1086. And you're going to ask for a householding and a third-party access form. So what a householding form does is it combines your accounts in that group. As you remember in the Ameriprise statement, everything was householded. It had, the example was Terry. Terry's sample account was there at the front, and then you saw his wife's, who was at the bottom. So they combined their accounts to give you that financial statement for that so it shows you the whole amount of both of your accounts joined. So we're going to household them. We're going to group them together. The second form you'll ask for is what's called a third-party access form. This form gives access for your spouses or partners to view the account information. So they can view it, they can look at it, they have access to look at it. So we're just giving them a key to it, to look into it and to view it. So here's the other question we get. I keep getting a ton of paperwork from NFS and Advantax, and I just want my tax documents mailed to me. Is that possible? The answer is yes. You don't want your desk looking like this. We have had several clients that have come in and said that they keep getting a bunch of statements, confirms, shareholder information, and it's just too much paperwork. And how can we help them eliminate that? So once again, first step is to call us. We will then set up an e-delivery email that will go from enotification@mail.mybrokerageInfo.com. If you don't see that email come in within about 24 hours, give us a call and we'll have to probably set up another email or send another one. Sometimes it happens. This is all your statements, confirms, everything will come from that @mail.mybrokerageInfo.com. So when you get this email, there will be a button in the middle of it, kind of like your DocuSpace signs, that says I agree or click on this link. You want to click that I agree button in the emails to enroll your confirms, customer correspondence, statements, shareholder information, and quarterly performance reports. So it's 5 different things. When you do, only your tax documents will be mailed. So your mailbox will now look like this, instead of that huge stack you see on your desk. If you want to have your tax documents emailed or e-delivered to you, well, we can also add that into that e-delivery. And everything can come to your email as saying, hey, MyAdvantax has your statements available. Please go to MyAdvantax. We would like for you to go to eMoney because you can see those statements there. So, if you have any questions at this time, please put them in the chat. And looks like at this time, we do not have any questions. But once again, if you think of one after this webinar, please just email us once again at service@maestrowealth.com. So we do have a poll. So before you leave, please answer the poll questions. I'll click on that now. And in that poll, if you'll just put, yes, this was helpful, no, I need more clarification, or I needs more information, we'll gladly be able to follow up with you with that. So we want to thank you again so much for joining us for our June First Friday seminar. If you have any questions about this, you can contact us at 336-448-1086, or you can email us at service@maestrowealth.com. So once again, our disclaimer. Thank you so much. I hope everybody has a good week. Bye-bye.